Hey everybody, it's Redkiwi here. Welcome back to another episode of Modern Workplace. And I bought myself a bit of an upgrade on my microphone. I actually got a Blue Yeti, which is pretty darn cool because I was noticing that the audio quality wasn't up to snuff. Anyway, so what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to cover some basic things that you can do to expand or extend your team's experience. So starting off with conversations, make sure that you're looking at including documents that you've uploaded into Teams. Use GIFs from Giphy. They are really fun and they liven up the experience and sort of help you express perhaps how you're feeling, excited, frustrated, what have you. Mention people, so it brings their attention to a particular message that you're putting out. Use polls, etc. So there's lots of things that you can do within the Conversations tab. Looking at the Files tab, make sure that you're using folders to group things if that's how you want to group them. It's an extended way of doing some organization. One thing that we recently introduced is the ability to actually edit a document inside Teams. So I'm going to click on Northwind Word document proposal, and I can actually go up here to edit and say edit in Word, which is going to open up the rich client, edit in Word Online, which is going to jump out of Teams into Word Online. But now you can say edit in Teams. So you're not going to have to leave the Teams experience, but you are going to be able to get that Word Online editing experience right inside Microsoft Teams, which is pretty cool. So the next thing I was going to show you is maybe in your team, you need to manage some activities, due dates, assigning those tasks to individuals within the team so that you can keep things on track. So we've created a tasks tab here, which is using Planner under the hood. And with that, you can create these buckets of tasks: website management, advertising, email marketing, and you can assign those tasks to people and give them a due date. Now, this is just using, as I said, Planner. It's not full-on project management, so you can't have multiple projects and have tasks associated with subtasks and etc. So if you need to do that level of project management, I'd recommend looking at something like Microsoft Project Online. So events is actually referencing a SharePoint site for Teams, which gives us the ability to show a calendar. What I did was, this is the URL for the site underneath in using SharePoint. And this microphone is so good that it's picking up an airplane going overhead, which is incredible. I'm going to skip over to budgets, and this is really just an Excel spreadsheet that we've attached to a tab. You can display quite a lot of information in an Excel spreadsheet, almost like a dashboard with tabs, etc. So this can be pretty handy. However, if you want to get some business insights from back-end systems or databases or what have you, and surface a dashboard for your team, this is a really excellent way of doing it using Power BI. The data in here is complete dummy demo data, but I wanted to sort of show how we've got real-time charting, mapping, etc. for a dashboard that you could present to your team. Maybe you've got a PDF document as well that you want to surface. In this case, we're working on a marketing campaign in the Vancouver, Canada region. So we want to sort of show the Vancouver area where we're going to be hosting that event. The other thing we want to do in this team is we want to educate our users. And a lot of education these days is being done through video because it's much easier to consume for users. And what we're using here on this tab is Microsoft Stream. Now, Microsoft Stream is built into Office 365 and is going to give you that capability of being able to surface customized, personalized, targeted videos to your users. And Stream can do some pretty cool things like being able to transcribe the video into text, and it'll detect when there's different people speaking, and you can click on that and jump ahead to those particular talk tracks or when those people are speaking, which is really powerful. The next thing I'm going to do is give you a couple of tips on customizing your team, you can see here I've got a logo for my team. This is quite handy because after a bit you're gonna get quite a few teams that you're working on, and you want to quickly visualize which team you want to jump into. And it's easier to do that via a graphic than it is with text. So how do you do that? You click on the ... go to manage team, and you go up to where your icon is. It's going to have a couple of letters that are automatically assigned to it, which are based on the name of the team. Click on the little pencil, upload an image, and make obviously sure that image is appropriate for that team. Some of the other things that I would show you while we're here is if you click on channels, these are the channels that make up our team. We can see how many people are in that channel. We can see what the last activity was on that channel, which can help you sort of understand stagnant channels, etc. Settings, change the team picture. You can change member permissions. So remember, there's owners who really have sort of full capability of managing the team, and then there are members. And you can actually configure what a member can do, whether they can create and update channels, delete channels, apps, etc. So you can configure a lot of options there. Now you can also invite guests. We talked a little bit about that in the last video, and you can change what guests can do, whether they can update or create channels or delete them. You can configure app mentions, and you can configure fun stuff. Let's dig into fun stuff because there is some stuff in here that I think is useful. So fun stuff is going to include GIFs. So you can search for a GIF and upload it. Now that uses a third-party service called Giphy, and Microsoft doesn't have control over the content inside of that, but you can control it using this filter, whether what level of you have strict or moderate as an option. You can also configure stickers, memes within the settings tab as well. So that's just a couple of things that you can do to extend your experience of Teams using tabs, icons, etc. In the next episode, we are going to go into connectors. And connectors is a huge area of expansion for bringing in information from other services or third-party applications. And next episode, we'll dive into a couple of those and show you how you can bring it in, which is a little bit more advanced. Until then, though, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Thanks very much. Bye.